Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna be solving some problems using Pythagoras. As you can see, Pythagoras can be seen everywhere in this world. For example, if you see some geometry shapes, like rectangle, square, rhombus, triangles, you can always kind of see a right angle. Okay, as long as you see right angle with other 2 or 3 straight lines, basically that means you form a right angle triangle. Right? For example, in this case, you have you can think about your side A as this, your side B as here. That basically means your diagonal is our hypotenuse. Right, so in this case, you actually have the side, one of the side, in this case, we call the width square plus the length square is equal to the diagonal square. If you look at the square, you basically have the same story, that if you take the A over here and then you take a B here, notice that A and B in this case is the same, that will actually also equal to your diagonal square, C square. For rhombus, things are a little bit different because you will have a right angle triangle over here, so that if you take A over here and then you take a B over here, A square plus B square will actually equal to one of the side lengths, C square. Isosceles triangles, pretty much the same. You will have your A here, a B over here, and then you will have your C as one of the side lengths. The equilateral triangle is pretty much the same, although in this case your A, B, C have a kind of subtle relationship over here. In fact, your A is actually half of your C, right? Because your A is actually half the side length of the whole triangle over here, and the side length is actually C in this case, so that's pretty interesting to see. We will deal with more questions like this today, and at the end of today I'll give you some questions, including one super hard one. Let's look at the first example. The rectangular frame of a gate is 3 meters by 5 meters. Find to the nearest centimeter the length of the diagonal support across the frame. Pause the video. Whenever you're ready, we'll go over it together. Now, it is always a very good idea for us to draw the diagram representing what exactly is going on. So in this case, this is my rectangle. Okay? It doesn't really matter your 3 is the height or the 5 is the height. In this case, you can see that I have a right angle over here. That means I have a right triangle over here. So I can use my Pythagoras. We have 3 squared plus 5 squared equals to x squared. 3 squared is equal to 3 squared is equal to 9 plus 25 equals to x squared. We don't know our x squared, but 9 plus 25 is 34. You're basically solving for x squared equals to 34. X is actually equals to square root 34. Remember, normally you will have square root 34 or minus square root 34, but just because we're solving for geometry questions, you will automatically drop the negative one. Okay, this, according to the calculator, is approximately 5.8309 ... meters. And guys, be a little bit careful. The question is asking to the nearest centimeter. So let's convert that to centimeters first. This is equal to 583.09 ... centimeters. And because we only want that to be the nearest centimeter, so we can cut it off like this. This is approximately 583 centimeters. And this is our answer. Question number 2. Again, pause the video. If you're ready, let's go on together. Again, it is also a very good idea for us to picture what it looks like by drawing a little simple diagram over here. In this case, we will have the equation like this. We have 3 squared plus x squared. That equals to 8 squared. So 3 squared, 9 plus x squared equals to 64. X squared is equal to 55. X is equal to square root 55. Again, we drop the minus. And that's equal to about 7.416 ... meters. And again, we want to convert that to the nearest centimeters. So we will write that as 741.6 ... meters. Centimeters. And that's approximately 742 centimeters. So that's it. Number 3. Again, pause the video. Whenever you're ready, we'll go over together. So in this question, we are talking about an equilateral triangle with side length 8. So let's mark it down, 8, 8, and 8 over here. We want to find the height of the triangle. So let's draw a height over here, height. And that means this is 90 degrees. Now, according to the property of an equilateral triangle, the height can actually cut your side length into 2 equal pieces. In this case, 4 and 4. So there you go. If you look at this triangle, you will actually notice that we have a right angle triangle. So we have h squared plus 4 squared equals to x squared. So h squared plus 16 is equal to 64. H squared is equal to 48. H is equal to square root 48, dropping the minus sign. And that's equal to 6.928 ... according to the calculator, cm. We want to convert our answer to the nearest millimeters. That's why we will write that as 69.28 ... millimeters, which is approximately equal to 69 millimeters. And that's it for this question. Last example of the day. Again, pause the video and give it a try. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back together. So this time it's a square. My diagonal is 10 centimeters. I want to find the length of the side. Again, they like to play this conversion game over here to the nearest millimeter, so we need to deal with that later. So at least we can write our equation down now. We have x squared plus x squared. Because it's a square, the side lengths are both the same. So we have x squared plus x squared equals to 10 squared. Solve that. X squared plus x squared is actually 2x squared equals to 10 squared is 100. You get your x squared equals to 50. x is equal to square root 50. Normally, if we arrive at the stage over here, if they don't ask you to convert to the nearest blah blah blah, in this case we will try to specify, usually we will try to tell you, can you express your answer to the simplest radical form. In that case, you will write that as square root of 2 times 5 times 5, right, 2 times 25, and therefore you can bring out the couples, remember, that will give you 5 root 2 as your final answer. But in this case, because we want the value, we want the actual decimal value over here, so we don't do that. We'll convert that, we'll plug into calculator, we will get 7.071 dot 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 centimeters. And that means it's approximately 70.71 dot 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 millimeters, and that's approximately 71 millimeters. And that's it for this question. Now, before I end the lesson today, I want to help you guys getting started with this question over here. This question is one of the very challenging questions, in my opinion, and I hope you guys can solve it with a little bit of guidance from me. So in this case, we are going to find the distance from A to B. Now, in order to start with this question, first of all, we will mark down 5 centimeters. And then I want us to think in this way. If I have a triangle, a right triangle, where this side is 5, this side is 12 over here. What is the area? The area is 5 times 12 divided by 2. In this case, 60 divided by 2, which is 30. But then this is actually not the only way of finding the area. We could actually tilt the triangle a little bit like this, making this side as a base. And how long is this side over here? Well, according to the Pythagoras theorem, you can actually solve for this side. In this case, you have 5 squared plus 12 squared equals to x squared. You will have 25 plus 144 equals to x squared. You have 169 equals x squared. You will have x equals to 13 actually. So this side is 13. You can think about using this side as a base, and then this length over here as our height. And what is this length? This is exactly this length over here, which is perpendicular to your base, your hypotenuse. Right, so let's call it h in this case. You will also have the area. You can also write your area equals to base, which is 13 times height over 2. And we know that the area is always going to be 30, right? No matter which way you do the calculation over here, the area of this triangle, we already know that is equals 30. That's how you can solve for your h. Okay, so 13h equals to 60. If you move the 2 to the other side, you will get h equals to 60 over 13. Okay, so this length over here is 16 over 13. Using that, maybe that can help you guys find out the length from A to B. Okay, I hope that hint helps. Go ahead and try to figure it out at home, and we will see what you get tomorrow. So that's it for today. Number 19 was the one that I was helping you guys with. Give it a try and see how far you can go. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Peace.